What if I told you that right at this very second, someone you deeply trust is actively plotting to lie straight to your face? And the absolute worst part of it all, you are going to swallow it whole. You won't even see it coming. Science tells us that the average human gets fed about 200 lies every single day. And no, I am not talking about international spies, criminal masterminds, or shady politicians. I am talking about the people in your living room and your office. It's your roommate swearing on their life that they didn't touch your leftover chipotle in the fridge. It's your boss looking you dead in the eye and promising that this is the absolute last weekend you'll ever have to work overtime. It's your significant other telling you they definitely didn't order more useless junk on Amazon. And it's you sitting in that leather chair telling your dentist that you floss every single night. We live in a society built entirely on a foundation of high-functioning, polite BS. Everyone is putting on a performance. But here is the magnificent news. You do not need to strap your coworkers to a bulky polygraph machine. You don't need a badge from the FBI to see right through them either. Undercover cops, seasoned detectives, and elite interrogators have been utilizing some brilliantly dirty, highly effective behavioral mind games for decades. And today, I am dragging those exact secrets out into the broad daylight. Fair warning before we proceed, by the time this video is over, you might end up losing a few friends. You are going to start seeing through their garbage before the words even leave their mouths. Let's kick things off with trick number 1, the presumptive trap. Most of you are absolute amateurs when it comes to confronting someone. You ask a question like, "Hey, did you go to the bar last night, my friend?" Asking a simple yes or no question is a rookie mistake. Even a toddler who just stole a cookie knows how to say no. It requires zero cognitive effort. Instead, you need to start operating like a mob boss with a Ph.D. in psychology. You never ask a question to find out if something happened. You ask the question acting like you already have the receipts. You don't ask, "Did you buy more stuff online?" You look them in the eye and ask, "So, where exactly did you hide the Amazon Prime boxes this time?" Boom. Now their brain is shoved into a terrifying crossroads. They either have to instantly confess, or their brain has to immediately produce a 10-episode Netflix drama to cover their tracks. Now, a quick psychological reality check. If they are actually innocent, they won't make up a story. They will look at you like you belong in an asylum and say, "What boxes? Are you having a stroke?" That raw, irritated confusion, that's innocence. But if they stutter and their eyes dart to the closet, gotcha! Which brings us to the kill shot. Trick number 2, the 5-second pressure cooker. When you drop that heavy presumptive question, you need to do the hardest thing in the world. Shut your mouth. Do not say another word. Just stare directly into their soul for exactly 5 seconds. Not 3 seconds. Not 6. Exactly 5. Why? Because in that 5-second window, their brain's operating system is desperately buffering. Their prefrontal cortex is sweating bullets trying to render a high-definition lie. Their mouth might be shut tight, but within those 5 seconds, their body will scream the truth. They will suddenly need to scratch their nose. They'll inspect the ceiling, or they'll instantly need to clear their throat. But here is the scientific asterisk they don't tell you on TV. Do not confuse deception with clinical anxiety. If your partner has sensory processing sensitivity, or they are just naturally an anxious person, staring at them in dead silence for 5 seconds will trigger their fight or flight response, even if they are holding a Bible. Use your brain, not just the trick. Of course, to make this work, we need trick number 3, the baseline. You cannot spot an anomaly if you don't know what normal looks like. Detectives call this establishing a baseline. If your buddy Brad from accounting normally talks at 100 miles an hour and never shuts up about his fantasy football team, that is his baseline. If you suddenly ask him where the petty cash went, and he turns into a paralyzed Zen monk who stares blankly at his shoes, something is fundamentally wrong. The system has been breached. Moving on to trick number 4, the ram trap. Liars share one fatal biological flaw. Their working memory is absolute garbage. When you tell the truth, you are just pulling up a saved video file from your brain's hard drive. But when you lie, you have to dynamically render that file in real time. Here is how you exploit that. Ask them a specific question about their story. Wait about 15 minutes until they let their guard down. Then, Abruptly ask the exact same question, but approach it from a weird, totally different angle. First time, so you just stayed in and watched a movie on Netflix last night. 15 minutes later, hey, what was the name of that movie again? Did the main character end up dying? If they start stuttering and their brain gives you a 404 error, they didn't watch a movie. They were out at a bar until 2 a.m. Now, listen closely for trick number 5, Weasel words. When human beings fabricate reality, they are subconsciously terrified of accountability. They want to leave a back door wide open. So, they lubricate their sentences with weak weasel words. They will say, I guess, or probably, or to the best of my recollection. Give me a break. Nobody says, I guess I went to the gym yesterday. You either lifted the weights or you didn't. Your quads know the truth. The moment someone uses a weasel word, they are putting an escape hatch in their sentence. It allows them to legally claim they didn't technically lie if you bust them. Trick number 6 is what I like to call the eject button. When you corner a liar, their brain will smash the emergency eject button. They will aggressively try to change the subject. You ask, where is the financial report you promised me? They answer, oh man, did you see that insane video of the golden retriever skateboarding? Do not fall for the skateboarding dog. Drag them right back by the collar. Say, the dog is incredibly talented, but where is my financial report? Watch how fast the blood drains from their face. And finally, the most ruthless finishing move of them all. Trick number 7, the Trojan horse detail. While they are enthusiastically telling you their fake story, casually slip a completely fabricated detail into their narrative. They say, yeah, my boss called me in for an emergency meeting yesterday afternoon. You slide in and say, oh, man, right when that massive thunderstorm hit, right? Open bracket, keep in mind, yesterday was perfectly sunny, close bracket. An honest person will immediately get defensive. What are you talking about? It didn't rain yesterday! But a liar is carrying so much cognitive load. They will just adopt your fake detail to keep the peace. They will nod and say, yeah, exactly. The rain was driving me crazy. One massive warning here, make sure you aren't doing this to a chronic people pleaser. Some people have a trauma-induced fawn response. They will agree that it rained just to avoid a conflict with you. But if you know they have a spine, and they still agree with your fake weather report, checkmate. So there you have it. 7 behavioral hacks to catch a liar. But remember this one crucial rule. Do not turn your living room into a hostile interrogation cell just because you have trust issues. If you do, you will end up being very smart, very right, and very, very single. Use these tools to protect your boundaries, not to play God. Try these psychological weapons out tomorrow, and come back to the comments to report who you caught red-handed. If this video just saved you from getting played like a cheap fiddle, hit that like button and subscribe for more. Keep your head on a swivel, trust no one blindly, and don't let anyone drag you for a ride. See you next time.